Alright, timestamp. It is August 18th, 2025. It's about 11 o'clock p.m. Um, so Pix came over. We got a lot done in the workshop today. And, well, something tells me you got 7 claws to the face. Yeah. Pix took both kids back to George Station. Yeah, we'll go outside. We'll go outside. So, it's just me and the critters. Turn that off. Thought I heard a fair amount of noise out here a second. That's interesting. Walking Scrappy, obviously. And we're going to go in the workshop and show y'all what we've done. I think I had done a little bit of a before video of the horror, and it's not done yet. That is my dad's workshop. We made some progress. We're just trying to create better paths and the ability to stack, because we need to be able to store things. And my dad was content to build shed after shed instead of just cleaning and consolidating, but with the dementia, I don't think he could really wrap his head around it. You know, he called earlier today, and he let me know that he just got back from Vietnam, where he spent 5 years, and the VA said he could go home, and there was a man in his room last night that said he was all okay to go home. Doesn't know who the guy is, but he said the dad could go home. And I do understand one of the reasons my dad is jaded about the situation. He was in the VA when he had his cane swing issue last week. He was in the VA for I think like 4 days. He went in Friday night, and they got him back to the facility Tuesday night, so, 4 days, something like that. Maybe 5, depending on how you count it. That's interesting. And I guess the doctors at the VA said that he passed his physicals, and he was looking good, and he was okay to go home. And when it came time to take him home, his ride brought him right back to that facility. And he's pissed about that because the doctor said he could go home. I told him, I'm like, well, this is not what you want to hear, but that is your home at the moment while I try and get you into a VA facility. And he reminded me that he just got back from Vietnam. That's when that came up. He was in Vietnam for 5 years, and then he went to the VA because they've got to check you off. But they said he could go home, and he doesn't know why he can't come home. And I told him that I was doing everything I could to get him to a better place. And I'm hoping they're not the last words that my dad says to me. But I told him, I said, I can't bring you here. I can't get you here. You know, the state of Florida won't allow it. This is what we have. He said, well, you're no son of mine. And he hung up the phone on me. So I know that was the monster speaking. But the monster has my dad's voice. So that kind of sucked. But all right, Scrappy, I know you're helping. I know you're doing a great job, buddy. So that was my day. Sweating out here trying to get stuff done, which is to say fixing a mess that he made, and that was our conversation. Dementia sucks. So this room was pretty much just hip-high debris and BS. Now we have some walkways, and some more walkways, and we're kind of stacking up the office as like a storage, best we got, you know. Trying to cut our way through this. Because, I mean, there's, you know, the loft is full of stuff. This is just one room. There's also the hallway we just went through, shown here. There's a room that way, which is where his camper is parked, the Volkswagen bus. And there's toolboxes and debris all around it, kind of surrounding it. So when I say 2-year project, this is 1 year of it right here. Because I know someone out there is thinking, well, the house, yeah, maybe a year. Come on, you're exaggerating. Then, you know, that, and the other room, and the alcove, and you start adding it up, and this is 2 years. And I know they weren't my dad's words exactly, but they still hurt. Yeah, I don't know, Scrap. I don't think there are any toys in here for you. No toys, no cookies. Yeah. So, I'm going to be working on some projects, mostly inside, but I wanted to show you this because we're proud of it, and at the same time, context, perspective, all that. In the words of Karen Carpenter, we've only just begun. It's really hard not to feel overwhelmed looking around. You know? One brick at a time, right? health check. I'm a little amped, because the conversation I had, not exactly something that I wanted to squeeze into my Monday. But I'll be okay. Just sucks. Because the monster has my dad's voice. I can't unhear it, But I know I did the right thing. This isn't guilt. This is the same man that about a month before Mom died was waiting in the bushes with a gun because it was a Wednesday and he knew that Kelly and I were coming over. So yeah. True story. And we probably would have arrived and God knows what would have happened, but the neighbor, Brian, tipped us off on that. Said he saw Dad out there doing that and told him to go home. That if the cops saw him, the cops might think he was a robber. And my dad, that made sense to my dad somehow, and he, I guess, sheepishly came back into the house with his gun. He was waiting to ambush his son and daughter-in-law. That's a special feeling inside too, by the way. Yeah, I've never had violence in my family before, not like family on family, and I know that can be a thing, seen my share of Springer over the years. Never in a million, So yeah, him being somewhere where he can be watched and where there aren't weapons and guns. If a cane is the best he's going to be able to come up with, I feel better about the safety of the world at large. It's weird to feel that way about your dad. Don't get me wrong, I know that my dad could be dangerous. He's very well trained. This is different though. I'm going to go ahead, on that happy note, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Grab a nap here, because I got to get up in like 4 or 5 hours to make sure that Janus has got his goods. He's doing pretty good. He's looking stronger. Sniffed my hand a little bit today. I didn't make the mistake of trying to pet him, but just letting him get used to me. He sniffed Tiny's hand a little bit during a feeding yesterday. Hoping we can win him over. He's probably always going to be at least semi-feral, but I've had cats that were semi-feral before. They liked me, not sure about anybody else. Or me and Kelly, we've done that once or twice over the years. All right. Make it a great day.